What's the app? Turo.
Okay.
If you use it for Turo, you bought your car and you're renting it out for people to use.
Yeah,
that can be considered an asset, and that could almost be good debt, I would say.
Yeah, I'm talking about if you go buy a Ferrari just to drive it.
Nah,
or in a basketball player, they probably park it because you're on the road most of the time.
Yeah.
If you're a football player, you're making, let's say your signing contract was $50 million or something. Why do you need 3 houses?
I need it.
You're on the road.
You got 2 baby mamas. What you mean?
Hopefully just 2.
Keep it pushing, see through the dark like Stevie Wonder.
Yo, it's your boy Jay. What's good?
It's your boy Chris. What's happening?
And this is the Keep It Pushing podcast.
We are KIP, baby.
This is kind of like season 2, episode 2.
Season 2.
We back in here, man, on the Martin Luther King holiday. How you doing, brother? How was your week?
Week was very good and very successful, as you know. Ramped up the business.
For sure.
A lot. So that was a great blessing. Thank you for the help that you've been giving me and support.
No doubt.
That you would continue to give and support me.
No doubt, man. Anything I can do, my brother.
Absolutely, brother. And just thankful for the blessings, man.
You want to tell them what you ramped up on, Cove?
We done wrapped up on some vending machines, brother.
Let's go.
We done ramped up. Quadruple,
son.
And so thanking God for that, man. Just I'm humbled. I'm blessed. I'm just being patient.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What went into ramping up the vending machines as far as preparation? Because I know it's been, how many months has it been?
Since
you upped them last time, since you ramped up.
Last time I ramped up was about 5 months ago.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty quick to almost quadruple your machines, bro.
Real quick.
that's pretty fast, man.
That was fast.
0 to 100. Yeah, man. Like I said, just a blessing. And as you know, been doing the vending machines since 2015, I think.
Yeah.
And so, when the first 5 years didn't make no money, only had like 5 machines.
I hear that a lot. When you first start the business, you don't make no money.
You don't make no money, so be prepared out there. Understand that. That was actually going to be another topic, but we'll get to it another day.
Yeah.
Understand that when you start a business, 90% of the time, you're not going to make no money for a while. So make sure you got something that's paying the bills until you get your business built up. You may have to get a loan and pay that back, and we'll talk about good and bad debt in a minute.
I actually saw a video today. It was kind of eye-opening. And what I got from it is basically at any level, you can go broke.
Any level.
So it was a guy who was a millionaire. He said he was staying in a 9,000 square foot home.
Okay.
Had a team of about 50 people.
Okay.
Right. He had 300,000 in his bank account.
Okay.
But he owed 500,000. And he had his payroll was 200,000.
Damn. That's a problem, baby.
So he's in this 9,000 square foot home, crying, depressed, ready to end it all.
Oh, don't do that.
And he was trying to figure out what he was going to do because payroll was due that next day. That $500,000 debt was due that next day.
The next day?
The next day, brother.
The whole 500?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Credit card debt.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about the difference between good and bad debt.
Just jump into that in a minute.
But yeah, it was debt. He said that he had to figure out how to create a product or to create an offer to get him out of debt. And so I guess one of the key takeaways for me is you have to manage your money.
Yes.
I also shared something on Twitter this morning, and it basically, I'll read it in a minute, so I won't be just quoting it, but it basically said Mike Tyson in his lifetime has earned about 30 million. And right now he only has 3 million.
Mike Tyson only has $3 million right now?
Yes.
Damn.
So it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep.
You better believe that. I think that, in my opinion, and I've seen somebody say this, cash flow is almost more important than the profit because especially when you're responsible for somebody's payroll, you got to make sure you're paying them every week. So that means you got to make sure you got cash on hand every week.
You know about that. You got an employee.
I do know about I do. And so I've been there. You like, damn, boy, what am I going to do? Because I got to make sure I pay this employee.
got to get paid.
I got to make sure I get inventory. Oh, snap, a machine just broke. I got to pay for that to get fixed. So cash flow is very important. You got to make sure your expenses is not over your sales.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be making $100,000 a year, but your expenses is $200,000.
Yeah, you broke.
We have no money.
You in the negative, baby.
You broke.
It's how much you keep. It ain't how much you done made in sales. It's how much you keep.
You can be making $100,000 a year, but if you're spending 101, you in trouble.
You in the hole, baby. You are in the hole.
But yeah, man. Later on in the podcast, we're gonna do a deep dive of the difference between good and bad debt, and I'm gonna actually pull up that tweet that I sent out today because it's gonna be good. What's up, guys? It's your boy. I have been on multiple calls with people asking questions about LLC, how to set their LLC up, how to set up a virtual office, how to pay yourself as an LLC. Well, I decided to put together a book, and I'm releasing that book today. And for the first 50 people that order this book, it's going to be like 95% off. Let's go into 2024. Let's get our businesses started, or let's get our businesses structured right so that we can get the funding, so that we can take advantage of the tax benefits that the wealthy people take advantage of. And it's just go time. All right, man. So yeah, let's go ahead and, since we're already on the topic, man, let's go ahead and talk about the difference between good and bad debt. So I kind of lead it, and then I give it to you.
For sure.
What sparked this whole thing was I seen a post today, and it was talking about Robert Kiyosaki, the guy who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he said he was like $1.2 billion in debt.
Oh, no.
She said that you're currently $600 million in debt. No?
1.2 billion.
And so, because people didn't understand what he was saying, and they don't know the difference between good and bad debt, it was a lot of people in the comments like, man, you should have read your own book. But no, it's a huge difference between having good and bad debt. Right. So you being a business owner, you know the difference between good and bad debt. So can you break it down a little bit? What's the difference, Chris?
The difference for me, good and bad debt. So good debt is when you borrow money to make money.
That's correct.
Come on now.
You know, for instance, you might borrow, like me, myself, you might borrow a few $1,000s to grab some vending machines, but the income is going to come in, it's going to pay for itself, and you have a profit left over. So the income from the vending machines will pay for the debt and pay you. So that's what I would consider good debt. That's one example. Bad debt is what I did when I was 18, when I got a credit card and went and bought $100 shirt. Okay. That's bad debt because I'm not making no money from it. If you're not making any income from the debt, I would consider that bad debt. Yeah.
I would say assets and liabilities. An asset is something that's going to bring you more cash. It's going to yield more cash. Your money is going to have babies. Liabilities is something you're going to buy, and it's not going to yield no cash.
Right. And
probably like a car.
It's got us a new car.
It's going to immediately lose value.
For sure.
So you got to know the difference between assets and liabilities. And swinging back to that tweet we was talking about, I actually found it, and we have the numbers. The numbers are in.
The numbers just came in, baby.
All right, check this out. So I had Mike Tyson wrong. Mike Tyson in his lifetime has made around 700 million.
Damn, it's almost $1 billion.
That's almost $1 billion.
It's almost $1 billion, baby.
And right now, I don't know if this is true, but Forbes has his net worth as $3 million. So we got $3 million left. Okay. Lindsay, what you say?
Okay.
Lindsay Lohan, however you say her name. She's made 28 million in her career, and she has around 800,000 left. That is astounding. Dennis Rodman, last person, made about 27 million during his career, and they say he got 500,000 left, so 500,000.
I hope that ain't true, Dennis.
I hope it ain't true either.
We hope it ain't. Good Lord. But it can happen.
It definitely can happen. It happens all the time. You see it with these NBA stars and football stars, and you know, you get to live in a life and buying cars and
out there tricking.
out there tricking.
You can't be tricking in these streets.
Simping. You're getting simped.
Man, yeah. And that can come from bad debt.
Mhm.
Buying these Lamborghinis that you don't need.
Yeah.
Your lifestyle,
Yeah.
living above your means. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of that can cause 700 million to go to 3 million real quick or zero. So
That's crazy, man.
yeah, you really got to have you a good accountant, and you really got to make sure that you're bringing in money and not just spending money,
Yeah.
and make sure your money's making money.
Yeah. You got to be making money while you're sleeping.
You feel me?
If you ain't making money while you're sleeping, then that means you got to go back to work.
You better believe it. And one thing that you were saying about a car, so a car could be an asset.
Mm-hmm.
If
Break it down. Break it down.
If you, what's the app? Turo.
Okay.
If you use it for Turo, you bought your car and you're renting it out for people to use.
Yeah.
That can be considered an asset, and
For sure.
that could almost be good debt, I would say.
Yeah. I'm talking about if you go buy a Ferrari just to drive it.
Nah, you don't need that.
or in a football, basketball player, they probably park it because you're on the road most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, if you're a football player, you're making, let's say your signing contract was 50 million or something. Why do you need 3 houses?
I need it. I need it.
You're on the road.
You got 2 baby mamas. What you mean?
Hopefully just 2.
all them baby mamas got to have a house. The baby mamas have to have it. Nah. But yeah, just living, if you got it, that's cool. Buy the houses. But in my mind, I'm like, shoot, if I got a couple more houses, I need to be renting them out, Airbnb, making money off of them.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not there.
Okay.
So just being smart when you have debt, like, okay, I done borrowed this money. Now, how can I use this money to make more money?
Yeah.
And pay this money back and then pay me. You know what I'm saying? So just some things to look into.
I would say good debt is buying maybe an apartment building.
Yeah.
20 doors or more. So, you can go stay in one of your apartments, or, if you have a couple vacancies or something like that, it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
You got cash coming in, and it's going to come in whether you there or not, because people are always going to need a place to stay.
You better believe that. I'll ask you this. Do you think as a regular homeowner going to buy a house, is that considered bad debt or good debt?
Oh man, you pulled one on me.
My house is an asset. Now, who tells you that?
I would say it depends. I'd say it depends. If you have a home, well, let me take it back. Okay. So you can do something that's called house hacking. You know what that is?
I do not.
House hacking is basically, let's say you buy a house today. House hacking is when you buy a house, you have to stay in it for, I think, at least 1 to 2 years. And after that, you can refinance, pull the money out of it,
Okay.
rent that house out,
Okay.
and go buy another one. But it's a period of time that you have to stay in the house. So a lot of people do this. They'll, if you want to build up a real estate portfolio, you move in the house, stay in it, fix it up while you're there. And after a couple of years, pull your money out and go buy you another house, and you rent that one out.
Okay.
And you just rinse and repeat.
Okay. It's almost like pulling out the equity of your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do that. But I mean, if you're just buying a house to stay in, and it's just, you and your family, and you say, hey, we're going to be here 30 years. This is ours.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it just depends on your goals, man. If that's your goals to have a house, I think it could be a good thing because you're still going to have equity in the house.
Got equity.
They ain't making no more land.
Facts.
So if you own that house, you will one day be able to sell that house for more than you bought it.
There you go.
But if you buy something that you can't afford, I mean, that's a whole nother thing.
That's bad debt.
That's a whole nother thing.
Okay. Okay. I agree. I think buying a house as a homeowner, you can look at it as good debt if you do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you can afford it.
Yeah.
Afford the payments. But like you said, you could stay for a while. You can renovate it. You can sell it, make money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can buy another house and use that old one that's Airbnb. You can rent it out.
Mm-hmm.
So different things you can do, man. So yeah, think about good debt, people. We got to stop swiping these cards just to buy them J's. I like J's too, but come on.
Okay.
If you ain't reselling the J's, if you're not reselling them Jordans, put them back on the shelf, baby.
Some people have their house in their shoes.
What that?
Which is crazy. I've seen a bunch of YouTubers and some of these people on Instagram. In the background, they have like a tower with shoes, and you can just count how much money they didn't spend on shoes.
Man.
I mean, it's just
and we all got hobbies. You know what I'm saying?
them liabilities.
You got do your thing, but just if you buying shoes and you can't afford to buy your baby some Pampers, just look at your life a little differently. Is all I'm saying.
You definitely shouldn't have thousands of dollars worth of shoes and you don't have a house.
Facts.
I agree.
So
100. we just trying to educate. We ain't judging. We just educate.
We're definitely not judging.
On MLK Day, we trying to get our black people up to go get this money in positive legal ways. You smell me?
I'm telling you, man, if 2024 is going to be a hell of a year, and like I said, if it came down to it, I would rather have a house to sell than a few pairs of Jordans.
Big facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because people gonna always need someone to sleep.
Facts.
Facts. Keep it pushing, see through the dark like Stevie Wonder.